I thought he was down the emo.
Measure for measure and eye for an eye. Measure for measure and eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. Measure for measure and eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth. Measure for measure and eye for an eye and tooth for a tooth.
Escalus,
my lord,
there is my commission from which I would not have you walk. Camillo, call hither, I say, bring before me Angelo. You must know I have with special soul elected Angelo my absence to supply. Lent him my terror, dressed him with my love, and given his deputation all the organs of my own power. What think you of it?
if anyone in Verona be of worth to undergo such ample grace and honor, it is Lord Angelo.
Look where he comes.
Always obedient to your grace's will, I come to know your pleasure.
Angelo, there is a kind of character in thy life that to the observer doth thy history fully unfold. Therefore, in my absence, be thou at full myself. Death and mercy in Verona live in thy tongue and heart. Old Escalus here is thy secondary. Take your commission.
My lord, let there be some more test made of my metal, before so noble and so great a figure be stamped upon it.
No more evasion. I have with Levin and prepare its choice proceeded to you. Therefore, take your honors. My haste from hence is of quick condition. I shall write to you how it goes with me, and do long to know what doth befall you here. So, to the hopeful execution, do I leave you of your commissions. Farewell.
Yet, my lord, let us bring you something on the way.
My haste may not permit it. Look, my scope is as your own, so to enforce or qualify the laws as to your soul seems good. Give me your hand. I'll privily away. Once more, fare you well.
God give safety to your purposes.
Lead forth and bring you back in happiness.
Thank you. Fare you well.
I shall desire you, sir, to give me leave to have free speech with you. A power I'm given, but of what strength and nature I am not yet instructed.
'Tis so with me. Let us withdraw together, and we may soon our satisfaction have touching that point.
I'll wait upon your honor.
Yonder, Claudio has been arrested. Claudio is going to jail. Claudio's going to be executed.
Fellow, why dost thou show me thus to the world? Bear me to prison where I am committed. I do it not in evil disposition, but from Lord Angelo, by special charge.
Oh, mistress!
How now? What news with you?
Yonder man is carried to prison.
But what has he done?
A woman.
Oh!
He was groping for trout in a peculiar river. And
Who is the maid?
well, that is Senior Claudio, led by the Provost to prison, and the maid, Madame Juliet.
Oh!
Yes. Oh, you have not heard of the proclamation, have you?
What proclamation, ma'am?
Oh, God, all the brothels in the suburbs of Verona must be plucked down.
Oh! But shall all the houses of resort in the suburbs be pulled down?
To the ground, mistress.
Oh, why, here's a change indeed in the Commonwealth. What shall become of me?
Oh, come, fear you not. I'll still be your pimp.
Oh.
There will be pity taken on you. You have almost worn your eyes out in the service. Consider. Yes.
Behold, behold! Where matter mitigation comes. Oh, I have purchased as many diseases under her roof as come to $3,000 a year. How now? Which of your hips has the most profound sciatica?
Well, well, there's one yonder and carried to prison was worth 5,000 of you both.
Who's that, I pray thee?
Marry, sir, that's Claudio, Signor Claudio.
Claudio to prison. 'Tis not so.
Nay, but I know 'tis so. He was arrested, he was carried away, and which is more, within these 3 days, his head to be chopped off.
Oh, but I would not have it so. Art thou sure of this?
All too sure of it. And is forgetting Madame Giulietta with child.
Well, believe me, it may be true. He was to meet me 2 hours since, and he was ever so precise in promise-keeping. Away! I'll go learn the truth of it. Ha ha! Yeah! Oh!
What with the war? What with the sweat? What with the gallows? And what with poverty? I am custom shrunk.
Oh, come on, madam. It'll be fine, madam. I will take
No one cares about halls and
Not
Too much liberty, my Lucio, liberty.
Oh, Claudio, what's thy offense?
What but to speak of would offend again?
Oh, what? Is it murder?
No.
Lechery?
Call it so.
Away, sir, we must go.
One word, good friend. Lucio, a word.
100, if they'll do any good. Is lechery so looked after?
Thus stands it with me. Upon a true engagement, I got possession of Juliet's bed. You know the lady. It chances the stealth of our most mutual entertainment. With character too gross is writ on Juliet.
Ooh, with child, perhaps?
Unhappily, even so. And the new deputy, Angelo, awakes in me all enrolled penalties, which have like unscoured armor hung by the wall.
And thy head stands so tickle on thy shoulders that a milkmaid, if she be in love, may sigh it off. Go to the Duke and appeal to him.
I have done so, but he's not to be found. I prithee, Lucio, do me this kind service. This day my sister should the cloister enter, and there receive her approbation. Acquaint her with the danger of my state. Implore her in my voice that she make friends to the strict Lord Angelo. Bid herself assay him. I have great hope in that, for in her there is a keen and speechless dialect such as move men. Besides, she hath a prosperous art, and well she can persuade.
I pray she may. I'll to her.
I thank you, good friend Lucio.
Within 2 hours. Come,
Provost.
And have you none so farther privileges? Well, he's large enough. Oh, yes, truly. I speak not as desiring more, but rather wishing a more strict restraint upon the sisterhood, the votarists of St. Clair.
But ho, peace be in this place.
Who's that which calls? Oh, it is a man's voice. Gentle Isabella, turn you the key and know the business of him. You can, I cannot. You are yet unsworn. Once you have vowed, you must not speak with men, except in the presence of the prioress. Then, if you do, you must not show your face. And if you show your face, you must not speak.
What ho?
Oh, he calls again. I pray you, answer him. Peace and prosperity. Who is it that calls?
Hail, virgin, if you be, as those cheek roses proclaim you are no less. Can you so stead me as to bring me to the sight of Isabella, a novice to this place, and a fair sister to her unhappy brother Claudio?
Why her unhappy brother? Let me ask, the rather, for I now must make you know I am that Isabella and his sister.
Gentle and fair. Thy brother kindly greets you. Not to be weary with you, he's in prison.
Oh, really? For what?
For that which, if I myself might be his judge, his punishment should be in thanks. He hath caught his friend with child.
Sir, make me not your story.
Oh, 'tis true. I would not play with all virgins so. I hold you as a thing enskied and sainted by your renouncement, an immortal spirit, one to be talked with in sincerity, as with a saint.
You do blaspheme the good in mocking me.
Eunice and truth, do not believe it. Your brother and his lover have embraced. As those that feed grow full, as blossoming time that from the seedness the bare fallow brings to teeming poison. Even so, her plenteous womb expresseth his full tilth and husbandry.
Someone with child by him. My cousin Juliet,
Is she your cousin?
adoptedly, as schoolmaids change their names by vain though apt affection.
She it is.
Oh, let him marry her.
Oh, this is the point. The Duke is very strangely gone from hence, and upon his place and with full line of his authority governs Lord Angelo, a man whose very blood is snow broth, one who never feels the wanton stings and motions of the sense, but doth blunt and rebate his natural edge, with prophets of the mind, study and fast. He, to give fear to use and liberty, which have for long run by the hideous law, hath picked out an act, under whose heavy sense your brother's life falls into forfeit. He arrests him on it, follows close the rigor of the statute, to make him an example. All hope is lost, unless you have, by the grace of your fair prayer, the ability to soften Lord Angelo. And that's the pith of my business twixt you and your brother.
Doth he so seek his life?
Hath censured him already, and the Provost hath a warrant for his execution.
Alas, what poor abilities in me to do him good.
Say the power you have.
My power? Alas, I doubt.
Our doubts are traitors that make us lose the good we oft might win by fearing to attempt.
What shall I do?
Go to Lord Angelo. Have him learn to know that when women ask, men give like gods. And when they weep and kneel, all their petitions are as freely theirs as they themselves would owe them.
I'll see what I can do.
But speedily.
I will about it straight, no longer staying but to give the mother notice of my affair.
Ah.
I humbly thank you. Commend me to my brother. Soon at night I'll send him certain word of my success.
I take my leave of you.
Good sir, adieu.
No. Holy Father, throw away that thought. Believe not that the dribbling dart of love can pierce a complete bosom. Why I desire thee to give me secret harbour hath a purpose more grave and wrinkled than the aims and ends of burning youth.
May your royal grace speak of it.
I have to Lord Angelo, a man of stricture and firm abstinence, delivered my absolute place and power here in Verona, and he supposes me to travel to Poland, for so I have strewn it in the common ear, and so it is received. Now, pious sir, you may demand of me why I do this.
Gladly, my lord.
We have strict statutes and most biting laws, the needful bits and curbs for headstrong steeds, which for these 19 years I have let slip. And now liberty plucks justice by the nose.
It rested in your royal grace to unloose this justice when you pleased, and it in you more dreadful would have seemed than in Lord Angelo.
I do fear too dreadful. Therefore, my holy father, I have on Lord Angelo imposed the office, and to behold his sway, I will, disguised as 'twere a brother of your order, visit both prince and people. Therefore, I prithee, supply me with the habit, and instruct me how I may formally and in person bear me like a true friar.
In this, I will be your servant, my lord.
We must not make a scarecrow of the law, setting it up to fear the birds of prey, and let it keep one shape till custom make it their perch, and not their terror.
Aye, but let us be keen, and rather cut a little than fall and bruise to death. Alas, this gentleman whom I would save had a most noble father. Let but your honor know whether you had not sometime in your life erred in this same point in which you now censure him.
'Tis one thing to be tempted, Escalus, another thing to fall. Rather tell me when I, that do censure him, do so offend, that mine own judgment pattern out my death, and nothing come impartial. Sir, he must die.
Be it as your wisdom will.
Provost,
Here, your honor.
see that Claudio be executed by 9 tomorrow morning. Bring him his confessor. Let him be prepared, for that's the utmost of his pilgrimage.
Come, bring them away! Bring them away!
How now, sir? What's your name and what's the matter?
If it please your honor, I'm the poor Duke's constable, and my name is Elbow. I do lean upon justice, sir, and do bring in here before your good honor 2 notorious benefactors.
Benefactors? Well, what benefactors are they not? Malefactors?
If it please your honor, I know not well what they are, but precise villains they are, that I am sure of.
This plays well. Here's a wise officer.
Go to. What quality are they of? Elbow is your name? Why dost thou not speak, Elbow?
He cannot, sir. He's out at elbow.
What are you, sir?
He, sir, a tapster, sir, a pimp, one that serves a bad woman whose house, sir, was, as they say, plucked down in the suburbs, and now she professes a bathhouse, which I think is a very ill house, too.
How do you know that?
My wife, sir, whom I detest before God and your honor.
How, thy wife?
I, sir, whom thank God is an honest woman.
And therefore thou dost detest her.
I say, sir, I will detest myself also as well as she, that this house, if be not a bawdy house, is the pity of her life, for it is a naughty house.
How doth thou know that, constable?
Mary, sir, by my wife, if she had been a woman, carnally given, might have been accused of fornication, adultery, and all uncleanliness there.
By this man's means?
Aye, sir, by Master Pompey's means, but as she spits in his face, so she defied him.
Oh, sir, I beseech you. This is not so.
Prove it before these varlets, thou honorable man.
Do you hear how he misplaces?
Sir, she came in and she was great with child, and she had a longing. Saving your honor's reverence for stewed prunes. And we had but 2 in the house, which at that very distant time stood, as it were, in a fruit dish. Now, your honors have seen such dishes. Dishes some 3 pence. They are not china dishes, but, oh, they're good dishes.
Go to, sir, no matter for the dish.
Yes. No, indeed, not to the point. There you are, there, and in the right. To the point. As I say, this Mistress Elbow, being, as I say, with child, and she was great-bellied, and as I say, had a longing, and we had but 2 prunes in the house, which stood in the dish, as I said, Master Froth here, this very man, having paid for the rest, as I said. Oh, and as I say, paying for them very honestly, for you know I could not give you 3 again, Master Froth.
No, indeed.
Yes, very well. And if you be remembered, you were cracking the stones of the foresaid prunes.
Yes, I did so, indeed.
Yes, right. Very well then. And I'm telling you, if you be remembered, that that such a one and such a one, well, they were past cure of the thing you wot of. And that's, as I said, you kept a very good diet.
All this is true.
Very well then.
Come, you are a tedious fool to the purpose. What was done to Elbow's wife to have him cause to complain of? Come me to what was done to her.
Oh, sir, you cannot come to that yet.
This is not what I mean.
Sir, you shall come to it at your honor's leave. Now, I beseech you, look to Master Froth here, a man of some 80 pound a year, whose father died at Hallowmass. Oh, yes, it was Hallowmass, was it not, Master Froth?
Oh,
yes. Oh, yes. Very well then. And he sitting in a lower chair, 'twas in the bunch of grapes, where you have delight to sit, do you not, Master Froth?
I have so, because it is an open room.
Yes.
And good for a luncheon.
Yes, very well. Yes. It was that.
This will last without a knight in Russia. Knights are longest there. I'll take my leave and leave you to the hearing of this cause, hoping you'll find good cause to whip them all.
I shall think no less. Good morrow to your lordship. Now, sir, come on. What was done to Elbow's wife once more?
Once? There was nothing done to her once.
I beseech you, sir, ask him what this man did to my wife.
I beseech you, sir, ask me.
Well, what did this gentleman to his wife?
Sir, look to Master Froth. Master Froth, look to his honor, 'tis for a good purpose. Doth your honor mark his face?
Aye, very well.
Oh, no, nay, I beseech you, mark it well.
Well, I do so.
Do you see any harm in his face?
Why, no.
Well, I'll be supposed upon a book. His face is the worst thing about him. Now, good, if his face is the worst thing about him, how can he do the constable's wife any harm? I would know that, of your honor.
He's in the right here, Constable. What say you to this?
First, and it like you, the house is a respected house. Next, this fellow is a respected fellow, and his mistress is a respected woman.
Well, hand upon a book, his wife is the most respected of us all.
Varlet, thou liest, varlet. Time is yet to come where she was ever respected with man, woman, or child.
Sir, she was respected with him before he married with her.
Is this true?
Yep.
Oh, thou caitiff! Oh, thou varlet! Oh, thou wicked Hannibal! I was respected with her before I was married to her? If ever I was respected with her or she with me, let not your worship think me the poor duke's officer. What is it your pleasures, worship, I shall do with this wicked caitiff?
Truly, officer, since he has some offenses in him thou wouldst discover if thou couldst, let him continue in his courses until thou knowest what they are.
I thank your worship for it. Thou seest, thou wicked varlet. Now what's come upon thee? Thou art to continue now, thou varlet. Thou art to continue.
Where were you born, friend?
Here in Verona, sir.
And are you of 80 pounds a year?
Yes, and it please you, sir.
So. And of what trade are you, sir?
Oh, tapster, sir. A poor widow's tapster.
What is thy mistress's name?
Mistress Overdone.
How many husbands has she had?
9, sir. Overdone by the last.
9! Come hither, Master Froth. Come hither, Master Froth. Master Froth, I would not have you acquainted with pimps, with tapsters. They will draw you, Master Froth, and you will hang them. So get you gone, Master Froth, and let me hear no more of you.
I thank your worship. For mine own part, I never come to any room in a tap house, but I am drawn in.
Well, enough of it, Master Froth. Fare you well. Come you hither, Master Tapster. What is your name, Master Tapster?
Pompey, sir.
What else?
Bum, sir.
Well, your bum is the greatest part of you. So in the beastliest sense, you are Pompey the Great. Yes. Pompey the Great. Pompey, you are partly a pimp. No matter however you color it as being a tapster. Now, tell me true. It shall go the better for you.
Well, I am just a poor man that wants to make a living, sir.
And how would you make a living, Pompey? By being a pimp? Tell me what you think of the trade, Pompey. Is it a lawful trade?
Well, if the law would allow it, sir.
The law does not allow it, nor will it not be allowed in Verona.
Does your worship mean to geld and spay all the youth of the city?
No.
Well, in my poor opinion, then, they're going to have at it. Now, if you were to arrest all the pimps and, well, not the pimps. Let's go with the whores and the knaves, and you don't have to worry about the pimps. Yeah.
Well, there are pretty arrests beginning, I can tell you, and it shall be but heading and hanging.
If your honor were to head and hang all that defend that way for 10 years, well, you'll be glad to give out a commission for heads. If this law hold in Verona for 10 years, well, I'm going to rent the fairest house in it for 3 a week. Now, you live to see that come to pass? You say Pompey told you so.
Thank you, good Pompey. Thank you. And in requital for your prophecy, hark you, let me advise you. Let me not find you before me again upon any complaint whatsoever. No, not for the dwelling where you do, Pompey. For if I do, I shall beat you to your tent and prove the shrewd Caesar to you. So, in plain dealing, Pompey, I shall have you whipped. So for this time, Pompey, fare you well.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you, yes. But I shall follow it where flesh and fortune better determine. Whip me? No, let the cartman whip his horse. Valiant heart is not whipped out of his trade.
Master Elbow. Come hither, Master Constable. How long have you been in this place of constable?
7 years and a half, sir.
Oh, I thought by your readiness for the office you had continued in it for some time. 7 years together, you say?
And a half, sir.
Alas, it hath been great pains to you. They do you wrong to put you so oft upon it. Are there not men in your ward sufficient to serve it?
Faith, sir, if you have any wit in such matters, I do it for some piece of money and go through with all.
Let you bring me the name of some 6 or 7 of the most sufficient men of your parish.
To your worship's house, sir?
Ah, to my house, thank you. Fare you well. Come, Camillo.
Now, what's the matter, Provost?
Is it your will, sir, that Claudio should die tomorrow?
Did I not tell thee yea? Hadst thou not an order? Why dost thou ask again?
Lest I be too rash, under your good correction, I have seen when, after execution, a judgment hath repented over his doom.
Go to. Let that be mine. Do you your office, or give up your place, and you shall well be spared.
Pardon, Your Honor, what shall be done with the groaning Juliet? She is very near her hour.
Dispose of her to some more fitter place, and that with speed.
There is the sister of the man condemned desires access to you.
Hath he a sister?
Aye, my lord, a very virtuous maid, and to soon be of a sisterhood, if not already.
Well, let her be admitted. See you that the fornicatress be removed. Give her needful but not lavish means. There shall be order for it.
God save your honor.
Stay a little while. You're welcome. What's your will?
I am a woeful suitor to your honor. Please but your honor hear me.
Well, what's your suit?
There is a vice which most I do abhor, and most desire should meet the blow of justice, for which I would not plead but that I must, for which I must not plead but that I am at war, twixt will and will not.
Well, the matter?
I have a brother is condemned to die. I do beseech you let it be his fault, and not my brother.
God give thee moving graces.
Condemn the fault, and not the actor of it. Why, every fault's condemned, ere it be done.
Oh, just but severe law. I had a brother then. God keep your honor.
Give not o'er so. Must to him again. You are too cold. Entreat him. Hang upon his gown. Kneel before him. To him, I say.
Must he needs die?
Maiden, no remedy.
Well, yes, I do think you might pardon him, and neither God nor man grieve at the mercy.
I will not do it.
But can you do it, if you would?
Look, what I will not, that I cannot do.
But might you do it and do the world no wrong?
He's sentenced, 'tis too late.
Oh, you're too cold.
Too late? Why, no, I that do speak a word may call it back again. If you had been as him and he as you, you would have slipped like him. But he, like you, would not have been so stern.
Pray you, be gone.
I would to God I had your potency and you were Isabel.
Aye, there's the vein.
Brother is a forfeit of the law, and you might waste your words.
Alas, why all the souls that were forfeit once. How would you be if God, which is the top of judgment, should but judge you as you are? Oh, think on that, and mercy then will breathe within your lips like man new made.
Be content. fair maid. It is the law, not I, condemn your brother. Were he my kinsman, my brother, or my son, it should be thus with him. He must die tomorrow.
Tomorrow? Oh, that's sudden. Spare him! Spare him! He's not prepared for death. Good, my lord, bethink you. Who is it that hath died for this offence? There's many have committed it.
The law hath not been dead, though it hath slept now. 'Tis awake, takes note of what is done.
Yet show some pity.
I show it most of all when I show justice. Be content. Your brother dies tomorrow. Be satisfied.
It is excellent to have a giant's strength, but it is tyrannous to use it like a giant.
Well said, well said.
Man, proud man, dressed in a little brief authority, most ignorant of what he's most assured, plays such fantastic tricks before high heaven as make the angels weep.
Why do you put these sayings upon me?
Go to your bosom, knock there, and ask your heart what it doth know that's like my brother's fault. If it confess a natural guiltiness such as is his, let it not sound one thought upon your tongue against my brother's life.
She speaks, and 'tis such sense my sense breeds with it. Fare you well.
Gentle, my lord, turn back.
I will bethink me. Come again tomorrow.
Hark how I'll bribe you.
How? Bribe me?
Aye, with such gifts as God shall share with you.
You had marred all else.
Not with fond shekels of the tested gold, but with true prayers that will be up at heaven and enter there ere sunrise.
Well, come to me tomorrow.
God keep your honor safe.
Amen.
At what hour tomorrow shall I attend your lordship?
At any time for noon.
God save your honor.
From thee? Even from my virtue? Begone! What's this? What's this? Is this her fault or mine? The tempter or the tempted, who sins most? Not she. Nor doth she tempt, it is I. Can it be that modesty may more betray our sense than lightness? Having waste ground enough, shall we desire to raise the sanctuary and pitch our evils there? Oh, fie! What dost thou? Or what art thou, Angelo? Dost thou desire her foully, or those things that make her good? Oh, let her brother live! What? Do I love her? That I desire to hear her speak again and feast upon her eyes. What is thy dream on, O cunning enemy, that to catch a saint with saints dost bait thy hook? This virtuous maid subdues me quite. Even till now, when men said they loved, I smiled and wondered how.
Where's my wife? Provost!
Water!
Let me out!
Provost! Let me out! Where's my wife?
Quiet!
Hail to you, Provost, or so I think you are.
I am the provost. What you will, father.
Bound by my charity and my blessed order, I come to visit the afflicted spirits here in the prison. Do me the common right to let me see them and let me know the nature of their crimes, that I may minister to them accordingly.
I would do more if more were needful. Look, here comes one now. A gentlewoman of mine who, falling in the flaws of her own youth, hath furnished her report. She is with child, and he that begat it sentenced. A young man more fit to do another such offense than to die for it.
When must he die?
As I do think, tomorrow. I have prepared a place for you. Stay a while, and you'll be conducted.
Repent you, fair one, of the sin you carry.
I
I do, and bear the shame most patiently.
I'll teach you how you shall arraign your conscience and try your penitence, whether it be sound or hollowly put on.
I'll gladly learn.
Love you the man that wronged you?
Yes, as I love the woman that wronged him.
So it seems that your most offenseful act was mutually committed?
Mutually.
Repent you out of fear, or...
I do repent me, as it is an evil, and bear the shame with joy.
There rest. Your partner, as I hear, must die tomorrow. I'm going with instruction to him. Peace be with you. Benedicite.
Must die tomorrow? Oh, injurious love that respites me a life, whose very comfort is still a dying horror.
'Tis pity of him.
When I would pray and think, I think and pray to separate subjects. God hath my empty words, whilst my invention, hearing not my tongue, anchors on Isabella. Oh no, who's there?
There is Isabel, a sister, desires access to you.
Teach her the way. Oh, heavens! Why does my blood thus muster to my heart, making it both unable for itself and dispossessing of all my other parts of necessary fitness? How now, fair maid?
I am come to know your pleasure.
Your brother cannot live.
Even so. God keep your honor.
Yet, ye may live a while. And it may be as long as you or I. Yet,
in his reprieve, longer or shorter, he may be so fitted that his soul sicken not.
I shall pose you quickly. Which had you rather? That the most just law now took your brother's life, or to redeem him, give up your body to such sweet uncleanness as she that he hath stained?
Sir, believe this, I had rather give my body than my soul.
I talk not of your soul.
How say you?
Answer to this. I, now the voice of the recorded law, pronounce a sentence on your brother's life. Might there not be a charity in sin to save this brother's life?
Please you to do it, I'll take it as peril on my soul. It is no sin at all, but charity.
Nay, but hear me. Your sense pursues not mine. Either you are ignorant or you seem so craftily, and that's not good. Mark me. To be received plain, I'll speak more gross. Your brother is to die.
Yes.
And his offense is so, as it appears, accountant to the law upon that pain.
True.
Admits no other way to save his life, but that you, his sister, finding yourself desired of such a one, whose credit with the judge your own great place, could fetch your brother from the manacles of the all-binding law, and that there were no earthly mean to save him, but that either you must lay down the treasures of your body to this supposed, or else to let him suffer. What would you do?
As much for my poor brother as myself. That is, were I under terms of death. The impressions of keen whips I'd wear as rubies and strip myself to death ere I'd yield my body up to shame.
Well, then your brother must die.
Better a brother died at once than that a sister by redeeming him should die forever.
Were you not then as cruel as the sentence that you have slandered so?
Lawful mercy is nothing kin to foul redemption.
You seemed of late to have made the law a tyrant, and rather proved the sliding of your brother a merriment than a vice.
Oh, pardon me. It oft falls out to have what we would have, we speak not what we mean. I something do excuse the thing I hate for his advantage that I dearly love.
We are all frail.
And you let my brother die for it.
Nay, women are frail too.
Aye, as the glasses where we view themselves. Women, help heaven, may call us 10 times frail, for we are soft as our complexions are, and credulous to false prints.
I think it well. Let me be bold. I do arrest your words. Be that you are, that is a woman. If you be one as you are, well expressed by all external warrants, pray show it now by putting on the destined livery.
I have no tongue but one. I do entreat you, speak the former language.
Plainly conceive. I love you.
My brother did love Juliet, and you tell me he shall die for it.
He shall not, Isabella, if you give me love.
I know your virtue hath a license in it to test others.
Upon mine honor, my words express my purpose.
Little honor to be much believed in most pernicious purpose. Seeming! I will proclaim thee, Angelo! Look for it! Sign me a present pardon for my brother, or with an outstretched throat I'll tell the world aloud what man thou art!
Who will believe thee, Isabel? My unsoiled name, the austereness of my life, my vote against you, and my place in the state will so your accusation overweigh that you shall stifle in your own report and smell of slander. I have begun, and now give my sensual race the reins. Fit thy consent to my sharp appetite. Redeem thy brother by yielding up thy body to my will, or else he must not only die the death, but thy unkindness shall his death draw out to lingering sufferance. Answer me tomorrow, or by the affection that drives me most, I'll prove a tyrant to him. As for you, say what you can. My false, or ways your true?
To whom should I complain? Did I tell this, who would believe me? I'll to my brother. Though he hath fallen by prompture of the blood, yet hath he in him such a mind of honor, that had he 20 heads to tender down on 20 bloody blocks, he'd yield them up, before his sister should her body stoop to such abhorred pollution. Then Isabel live chaste, and brother die. More than our brother is our chastity. I'll tell him yet of Angelo's request, and fit his mind to death for his soul's rest.
So then, you hope of pardon from Lord Angelo?
Miserable have no other medicine but only hope. I hope to live, and am prepared to die.
Be absolute for death. Either death or life shall thereby be the sweeter. Reason thus with life. If I do lose thee, I lose a thing that none but fools would keep. Happy thou art not, for what thou hast not thou strivest to get, and what thou hast forgettest. If thou art rich, thou art poor, for like an ass whose back with ingots bows, thy bears thy heavy riches, but a journey, and death unloads thee. What is yet in this that bears the name of life?
I humbly thank you. To sue to live, I find I seek to die, and seeking death, find life. Let it come on.
What ho! Peace here! Grace and good company!
Who's there? Come in. The wish deserves a welcome.
My business is a word or two with Claudio.
Ah, and very welcome. Signor, look, it's your sister.
Provost, a word?
As many as you like.
Bring me to hear them speak where I may be concealed.
Now, sister, what's the comfort?
Why, as all comforts are. Most good. Most good indeed. Lord Angelo, having affairs to heaven, intends you as his swift ambassador, where you shall be an everlasting envoy. Therefore your best appointment make with speed. Tomorrow you set on.
Is there no remedy?
None. But such a one as to save a head, to cleave a heart in twain.
But is there any?
Yes, brother, you may live. There is a devilish mercy in the judge, if you'll implore it, that will free your life, but fetter you till death.
Perpetual durance.
Aye, just. Perpetual durance.
But in what nature?
In such a one as you consenting to it would strip your honor from that trunk you bear and leave you naked.
Let me know the point.
Oh, I do fear thee, Claudio, and I quake lest thou a feverous life shouldst entertain, and 6 or 7 winters more respect than a perpetual honor.
Why give you me this shame? If I must die, I will encounter darkness as a bride and hug it in mine arms.
There spake my brother. There my father's grave did utter forth a voice. Yes, thou must die. Thou art too noble to conserve a life with base remedies. This outward sainted Angelo is yet a devil. His filth within being cast, he would appear a pond as deep as hell.
The princely Angelo?
Dost thou think, Claudio, if I would yield him my virginity, thou mightst be freed?
Oh, heavens. Cannot be.
Yes, this night's the time when I should do the thing that I abhor to name, or else thou diest tomorrow.
Thou shalt not do it.
Oh, were it but my life, I'd throw it down for your deliverance as frankly as a pin.
Thanks, dear Isabella.
Be ready, Claudio, for your death tomorrow.
Sure, it is no sin. Or of the 7 deadly, it is the least.
Which is the least?
Isabel,
What says my brother?
death is a fearful thing.
And shamed life a hateful.
Aye, but to die, and to go we know not where, to lie in cold obstruction and to rot. This sensible warm motion to become a kneaded clod, and the delighted spirit to bathe in fiery floods, 'tis too horrible.
Oh, alas, alas.
Sweet sister, let me live. What sin you do to save a brother's life, nature dispenses with the deed so far that it becomes a virtue.
You beast! Oh, faithless coward! Dishonest wretch! Wilt thou be made a man out of my vice? What should I think? Oh, take my defiance! Die! Perish! I'll say 1,000 prayers for thy death, no word to save thee!
Nay, hear me, Isabella.
Oh, fie! 'Tis best thou diest quickly!
Oh, hear me, Isabella.
Vouchsafe a word, young sister. With one word.
What is your will?
Might you dispense with your leisure, I would by and by have some speech with you. The satisfaction I would require is likewise your own benefit.
I have no superfluous leisure. My stay must be stolen out of other affairs. I will attend you a while.
Son, I have overheard what has passed between you and your sister. Angelo had never the purpose to corrupt her. He only made a trial of her virtue. She, having the truth of honor in her, gave him that gracious denial that he is most glad to receive. I am confessor to Angelo, and I know this to be true. Therefore, prepare yourself to death. Do not satisfy your resolution with hopes that are fallible. Tomorrow you must die. Go to your knees and make ready.
Let me ask my sister pardon. I am so out of love with life that I will sue to be rid of it.
Rest you there. Farewell. Provost, a word?
What is your will, Father?
Now you're come, you may be gone. Leave me a while with the maid. My mind promises with my habit that no loss shall come to her by my company.
In good time. Signor Claudio.
The assault that Angelo has made to you, fortune has conveyed to my understanding. How will you do to content this deputy and save your brother?
I am now going to resolve, Lord Angelo. I had rather my brother die by the law than that my son should be unlawfully born. But oh, how much is the good Duke deceived in Angelo? If ever he return and I can speak to him, I will open my lips in vain or else discover Angelo's government.
There shall not be much amiss, yet as the matter now stands, Angelo will avoid your accusation. He will say, he made trial of you only. Therefore, fasten your ear on my advisings. To the love I have in doing good, a remedy presents itself. I do make myself believe that you would most uprighteously do a poor, wronged lady a merited benefit, redeem your brother from the angry law, do no stain to your own gracious person, and much please the absent Duke, if peradventure he would happen to return and hear of this business.
Let me hear you speak farther. I have spirit to do anything that appears not foul in the truth of my spirit.
Virtue is bold, and goodness never fearful. Have you not heard speak of Mariana, the sister of Frederick, the great soldier who drowned at sea?
I have heard of the lady, and good words went with her name.
She should this Angelo have married. He was engaged to her by oath, the nuptial appointed, between which time of the contract and the limit of the marriage, her brother Frederick was wrecked at sea, having in that perished vessel the dowry of his sister. Now mark how heavily this befell the poor Mariana. Here she lost a noble and renowned brother. With him, the fortune and sinew of her fortune, her marriage dowry. With both, her betrothed husband, this well-seeming Angelo.
Can this be so? Did Angelo so leave her?
Left her in tears, and dried not one of them with his comfort. Swallowed his vows whole, pretending in her discoveries of dishonor. In few, he stowed her on her own lamentation, which she still wears for his sake, and he, a marble to her tears, is washed with them, but relents not.
What a merit were it in death to take this poor maid from the world. What corruption in this life that it will let this Angelo live? How out of this can she avail?
It is a rupture that you may easily heal. And the cure of it not only saves your brother, but keeps you from dishonor in doing it.
Show me how, good father.
This aforenamed maid, Mariana, hath yet in her the continuance of her first affection. His unjust unkindness, which in all reason should have quenched her love, hath like an impediment in the current made it more violent and unruly. Go you to Angelo, answer his requiring with a plausible obedience, agree with his demands to the point, only refer yourself to this advantage, that your stay with him may not be long, that the time may have all shadow and silence in it, and that the place answer to convenience. This having been granted in course, and now follows all, I will tell this Mariana to stir up your appointment, to go in your place. If the encounter acknowledge itself hereafter, it will compel him to her recompense, and here by this is your brother saved, your honor untainted, the poor Mariana advantage, and the corrupt Angelo scale. Mariana will I frame and make fit for this attempt. If you see fit to carry this as you may, the doubleness of the benefit defends the deceit from reproof. What think you of it?
The image of it gives me content already. I trust it will grow to a most prosperous perfection.
Yes. It lies much in you holding up. Haste you speedily to Angelo. If for this night he entreat you to his bed, give him promise of satisfaction. I go presently to the moated grange where resides this dejected Mariana. Call upon me there, and dispatch with Angelo that it may be quickly.
Oh, thank you for this comfort. Fare you well, good father.
Nay, there be no remedy for it, but you must buy and sound men and women like beasts. We shall have all the world drink brown and white bastard.
Oh, 'twas never a merry world since of two usuries the merriest was put down.
Come your way, sir, come. God bless you, good father Friar.
And you, good brother, father. What offense has this man made to you, sir?
He, sir, hath offended the law, sir, and we take him to be a thief, too, sir. For we have found a strange picklock, which we have sent to Lord Angelo.
Fie, sirrah! A pimp! A wicked pimp! The evil that thou causest to be done is thy means to live. As thou would think what it is to cram a mouth and clothe a back from their evil vices, say to thyself, from their abominable and beastly touches, I drink and eat and clothe myself and live. Canst thou believe this is a life so stinkingly depending? Go mend, go mend!
Oh, it does stink in some sort, sir, but
Okay,
yet
take
I
me
would
to prison,
prove
officer.
that...
Instruction and correction must both work, and this rude beast will profit.
He must come before the deputy Angelo, sir. He has given him warning. The deputy cannot abide a whore master, sir. His neck will come to your waist. A cord, sir.
I spy comfort!
no,
I cry
Pompey!
bail! Here's a gentleman and a friend of mine.
What, Pompey? Art thou led in triumph? Oh, at the wheels of Caesar, I see. What reply, huh? What sayest thou to this tune? Matter and method. What sayest thou, Trot? Oh. Is the world as it was, man? Which is the way? Is it sad and few words? Or how? Oh, the trick of it.
Still worse.
How doth my dear morsel, thy mistress,
Oh,
procure
Trot.
she still?
She has eaten up all her beef, and she is herself in the tub.
Oh, 'tis right. It must be so. Ever the fresh whore and the powdered bawd? Yes. An unshunned consequence. It must be so. Oh, art thou going to prison, Pompey?
Oh, yes, faith, sir.
Oh, that's good. That's right. It is well. Farewell, Pompey. Say I sent thee thither. Good evening,
Sir,
Friar.
I pray, sir, that you will be my bail.
Oh, no. In faith, I will not, Pompey. I will pray to increase your bondage. And if you're not patient, why the metal some more. Oh, Pompey. Go, good Pompey, adieu. I commend thee to the prison.
You will not be
You
my
will turn
bail,
good
sir.
husband now, Pompey, you will keep the house. Ha ha ha. Oh, what news, Friar, what news? Do you hear anything of the Duke?
Oh, I know none, sir. Do you know of any?
Oh, well, some say he is with the Emperor of Russia. Others some he is in Rome. Where is he, think you?
I know not where, but wheresoever I wish him well.
It was a mad, fantastical trick of his to steal away from the state and usurp the beggary he was never born to. This Lord Angelo dukes it well in his absence. He puts transgression to it.
He does well in it.
Oh, a little more lenience to lechery would do no harm in him. Something too crabbed that way, Friar.
It's too general a vice, and severity must cure it.
Yes, in good faith. The vice is of a great kindred. But it is impossible to extirpate quite until eating and drinking be put down. They say this Lord Angelo was not made by man and woman after the downright way of creation. Is it true, think you?
How should he be made then?
Some report that a sea maid spawned him. Others some that he was begot between two stockfishes. But it is certain that when he makes his water, his urine is congealed ice. That I know to be true. That's infallible.
Thou art pleasant, sir, and speak apace.
Oh, for God. What a ruthless thing is this in him, for the rebellion of a codpiece, to take away the life of a man. Would the Duke have done this? Ere he would have hanged a man for begetting 100 bastards, he would have paid for the nursing of 1,000. Oh, Lord. He had some feeling for the sport, the Duke did. He knew the service, and that instructed him to mercy.
I never heard the Duke much detected for women.
Oh, sir, you are deceived.
It's not possible.
Not the Duke. Ah! A beggar of 50, and his use of her was to put a ducat in her clack dish. Oh, he had the crotchets in him. Oh, yes. He would be drunk, too, let me that inform you.
You do him wrong, sir.
Oh, no, sir. I am an inward of the Duke. A shy fellow he is, and I believe I know the cause of his withdrawing.
What, I prithee, might be the cause?
No, 'tis a secret must be kept between the teeth and the lips. But this I can let you understand. The greater file of his subjects held the Duke to be wise.
Well, why, surely he was wise.
Oh, a very ignorant, unweighing, petulant fellow.
Either this is the envy in you, or folly, or mistaking.
Oh, come, sir. I know the Duke, and I love him.
Love speaks with dearer knowledge, and knowledge with dearer love.
Come, sir, I know what I know.
I can hardly believe that, since you know not what you speak. Your name, sir.
Sir, my name is Lucio, well known to the Duke.
He shall know you better, sir.
I fear you not.
Oh, you hope the Duke returns no more.
Oh, sir, you are mistaken in me. But no more of this. Canst thou tell me if Claudio die tomorrow or no?
Why would he die, sir?
Why? For filling a bottle with a tundish. I wish the Duke we spoke of were returned. This Angelo will unpeople the province with continency. Mary, this Claudio's condemned for untrussing. Father, I say to thee again, the Duke would eat mutton on Fridays. And I tell you this, he would mouth with a beggar, though she smelt brown bread and garlic. Farewell, say that I said so. Oh, Mistress Overdone, off to prison, are you?
Go away with her to prison.
Good, my lord, be good to me. Your honor is accounted a merciful man. Good, my lord.
Double and treble admonition, and still forfeit in the same kind? This would make mercy swear and play the tyrant.
A whore of 11 years continuance, so please it you, my lord.
My lord, this is what Lucio's information against me. Mistress Kate Deepdown was with child by him. In the Duke's time, he promised her marriage. His child is a year and a quarter old. Come Philip and Jacob. I have kept it myself, and see how he goes about to abuse me.
That fellow is a fellow of much license. Let him be called before us. Go, away with him to prison, no more. Provost, Lord Angelo will not be altered. Claudio must die tomorrow. Let him be furnished with a priest and given all charitable preparation. If Lord Angelo wrought by my pity, it should not be so with him.
So please, your honor, this friar hath been with him, and advised him to the reception of death.
Good even, good father.
Bliss and goodness unto you, sir.
Of whence are you?
And not from this country, though I may use it for my time. I am a brother of gracious order, late come from Rome, in special business from his holiness. Pray you, sir, of what disposition was the duke?
One who above all other strifes contended especially to know himself.
What pleasures was he given?
Oh, rather to rejoice at seeing another merry than merry at anything which professed to make him rejoice. A gentleman of all temper. But let us leave him to his events with a prayer that they may prove prosperous. Let me know how you find Claudio. I am made to understand that you have paid him visitation.
He professes most willingly to humble himself under the determination of justice, and now is he resolved to die.
You have paid the heavens your function, and the prisoner the very debt of your calling. I have labored for the poor gentleman to the extremest shore of my modesty. But my brother Justice, Lord Angelo, I have found severe.
But if he forms his life according to the stroke and line of his great justice, it shall become him well, whereas if he chance to fail, he has sentenced himself.
I'm going to visit the prisoner. Fare you well.
Peace be with you. Very well met. What is the news from this good deputy?
He hath a garden, circummured with brick, whose western side is with a vineyard backed, and to that vineyard is a planchet gate that makes his opening with this bigger key. This other doth command a little door that from the vineyard to the garden leads. There have I made my promise upon the heavy middle of the night to call upon him.
I have not yet made known a word of this to Mariana. But ho, within, come forth. I pray you, make acquaintance with this maid. She comes to do you good.
I do desire the like.
Take then this your companion by the hand. She has a story ready for your ear. I will attend your leisure, but make haste. The vaporous night is approaching.
Will it please you walk aside?